Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again. We have a Life of Reilley up for review today. It's an 80-foot 2006 Hatteras. All of the three boats today have all been 80-footers, trying to stick within that sort of range of boats. They've all been quite different, so you can get a good sort of overall feel for the different styles that you can get. So Life of Reilley, let's get stuck in here to the brochure. I do have this brochure in PDF format with a few other bits and pieces of information. Click on the Request More Info button that's just up on the top on the right hand side here, and I'll email this off to you right away. So looking into the breakdown, Life of Reilley, nice profile shot there. A huge volume boat, very beamy. They use up every possible square inch of interior space. Built in 2006, went through a nice big refit in 2010, had a lot of the interior sort of refreshed and had some work done on the exterior, some new teak decks and a couple of pieces of exterior furniture. Looking at the specifications, 80 feet, 21.3 foot beam, which is the largest that we've seen out of the three today, and a great draft, only 5'8", considering its beam. That's quite a nice shallow draft there. Built in 2006, as I mentioned, semi-displacement hull. They've all been semi-displacement hulls today, and they're all GRP or fiberglass. This is US flagged and has great engines, C32s, very reliable, very fuel efficient. They have a common rail fuel system, which is an electronically controlled fuel delivery, which means that it's a lot more efficient than the older style fuel, sort of high pressure pumps that didn't go to the electronic injectors. It was all done just off of pressures. The cruising speeds, fairly standard, a little bit less than what we've seen in the other two boats, but not surprising due to the amount of space that is used on the interior, a lot bigger volume. So cruising speeds 18 knots, top speed 24 knots. Nice 4 staterooms. Hatteras are renowned for always putting the crew at the back of the boat, sort of towards the engine room. It makes sense to me, keeps the crew out of the guest areas, means that the crew can have their own little sort of social area down there, like a little galleon, little dinette table. Nice to give the crew a break and to make sure that they're not in the guests' faces all the time. 2 crew cabins. It is listed right now. It's actually in Fort Lauderdale, and it was just in the Miami boat show as well. So I do have a walk around video of this that I'll try and put up on the website as well. The current asking price, very competitive price as far as I'm concerned, $3,995,000. Looking into these photographs here, now the whole feel of the boat, it actually feels more like a sort of a family home than it does a boat. It's very comfortable, feels like the space just goes on and on and on. It flows nice to walk around. On that top photograph there, that's the main salon. From the aft looking forwards, you can see the dining table there, and forwards of that is a huge country kitchen that is really nice, and there's sort of a welcoming feel to it. The soft goods, the carpets, new in 2010. Nice high gloss cabinetry and wood trim everywhere. Moving on to the rest of the photographs. Thing I haven't mentioned yet, and you could see it on there. I'll just flip back to the profile shot. You see that top deck there? That's actually an enclosed Flybridge. So this isn't a true raised pilot house, because the pilot house is actually up on the top deck, but it looks very much like that style. So that enclosed Flybridge just adds a huge amount of volume to the interior usable space. You do sacrifice the exterior Flybridge, and as we saw with some of the other boats, they have sort of outside sunbathing pads and bars and jacuzzis. So a give and take depends on how you see yourself using the boat. So that photograph on the top left, that's the enclosed Flybridge. A couple of nice couch sort of seating areas. Have another TV up there, a little wet bar up there, and of course the helm station. The 4 cabins, so it has the master is a king, the VIP is a queen, and the other 2 are full beds. They call it. Bigger than a double, smaller than a queen. So the bottom photograph on the left-hand side, that's the king in the master stateroom. The master's a full beam master. Really feels large in there, and it has a nice long full beam his and hers bathroom as well. So it's a true his and hers. They're separated by this gorgeous marble walk-in shower, and the shower is huge on this boat. Actually, I think I comment on the size of the shower in the walk around video that I made. Top photograph on the right hand side, that's the forward VIP. Now Hatteras, very good with their hull construction. They're usually a lot thicker, a lot sturdier hulls than some of their competitors. So it's a little bit quieter up here than you'll find on some other boats. Of course, the bow gets most of the noise with the anchoring and the water slap on the chime of the hull. The lower photograph on the right hand side, that's one of our doubles. That's the one to port. And as you see, it's a fairly nice size room. It doesn't feel cramped in there at all. And then a slightly different layout, and a very slightly smaller room on the starboard side, but still a full bed. Now this is one of my favorite areas of the boat, is this huge country kitchen that they have on the boat. The photograph on the bottom on the left hand side, you can see big double door fridge freezers there. They have the nice a full size oven. They have ice makers, dishwashers. They really have everything that you could possibly need in this kitchen, and a nice open sort of feel to it as well. The top photograph on the right hand side, that's the forward sort of dining area that's in the country kitchen. And the screens that you see pulled down in front of that, they actually come up, so all of that area opens up with huge windows, and it's a real nice area. The lower photograph on the right hand side is the main deck aft. Nice big open cockpit, a nice beautiful teak table there. And there you can see it on the top on the left hand side. Underneath that, still on the left hand side, that's the helm station that you can see. A a pretty good sort of view from up there. You're elevated higher than you are on standard raised pilot house boats, and I think they actually have two docking stations back aft on the main deck, so that makes it a lot easier for docking, stern to, that is. The two photographs on the right hand side, they are showing what's behind this enclosed flybridge. So that's the sort of exterior section that you have on this upper deck. You can see there's a davit there on the top right hand photograph, on the left hand side of the photograph. So they have a nice tender that sits up there. When the tender's in the water, they can pull those chocks off and put the lounge seats out there, as you can see. Moving on, last couple of photographs. So that's the enclosed flybridge that you can see there, and on the exterior they have this sort of sofa area and the TV that's out there. So real nice area, not as large as on open flybridges of course, but still works very well. Moving into the description here, I won't read this off. You can hit the pause button and read through it yourself, or as I said, you can request the brochure and I'll send that over to you. Goes through the details, everything that's in each of the cabins, the AV equipment that's in there, TVs, nice sized TVs, has satellite TV throughout the boat, details some of the consumptions and the ranges here, goes through generators, main engines, types of air conditioning, Cruise Air, which is a company that's also down here in Florida. 1,200 gallons per day on the water makers, that's fairly standard. Some of the safety equipment listed there. Galley equipment, Sub-Zero, Melee in there. Gagno burners, they are industrial grade equipment. Thor washer dryers. All great equipment, sort of upgraded equipment. There's no expense spared in the maintenance of this boat. The refit that was done was sort of a lot of attention to detail. Everything that needed to be done was done, and it's really been taken care of well. This boat has, I can't put my finger on exactly what it is walking through this boat, but when you're on board it really feels nice and homely and sort of a quality product that's been well taken care of over the years. So this one is one of my favorites. Great price. If the sort of exterior volume isn't really a concern for you, and you're more interested in interior volume and being comfortable, then I think this is a real great option. So click on that request more info button and I'll send this to you along with some other pieces of information. I put up reviews like this every week. All of the reviews this week were all the 80 footers, as you've seen. So if you'd like to receive a quick email of when the next videos are available to watch, and I'll let you know as soon as they're up, then click on the Be the First to Know button and leave me your name and email address, and I'll make sure that I let you know. So thanks for joining. Again, that wraps up the 3 reviews for this week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.